going on? It's Real Rhyce back again. What is this? I think it's number 5. We're out here with number 5.
Number 5.
And I'm here with my dad.
How you doing? How's everybody?
They don't want that BS small talk, man.
They don't want that shit?
This guy said, how is everybody? No, we tell them how it is.
How the fuck you doing?
No, you tell them how they're doing.
I think you're doing all right. You're looking good.
And even if you're not doing all right, you're going to watch the shit anyway, okay? That's how we do it out here in Bumper to Bumper Breakdowns. Well, this isn't a combat hour, actually. We don't keep it PG. We don't say what we think you want to hear like Brady and Marshall do. We say what we want to say in Bumper to Bumper Breakdowns because we do what we want to do. Just like I told you last week, if I want to talk about the honey bunches of oats that I ate for breakfast, that's what I'm going to do, okay? That's what I talk about. I'll talk about the 2% milk that I poured on the honey bunches of oats. And how there wasn't enough honey bunches and there was too many oats.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we do, right?
That's right. And the bran. There's too much bran. Not enough raisins in that shit.
Exactly. So.
Like my raisins.
You like your raisins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, we're going to talk about this weekend. We got a UFC fight night card. And to be honest, I don't care about any of the fights on the card other than this main event. So, it's Stephen Thompson versus Anthony Pettis. Thompson.
What do you got?
Well, I don't really like either of them. Anthony Pettis used to be a really good fighter. Now he's lost like 5 of his last 9 fights.
Yeah, he's gotten old.
He just comes for the paycheck, I think. And Stephen Thompson, I can't stand the way he's... You know what they say about him?
No.
He's got a karate style.
Oh, yeah. Like
that's basically like saying, you can't do shit style.
Oh, it's like a Ralph Macchio style?
Yeah, Ralph Macchio.
Oh, okay. Miyagi. I got it.
This guy, he'll stand there sideways and shit. He'll try and throw these front kicks and these bullshit ass jumping punches. And if you get inside on him, he'll run away. I can't stand that.
I don't like that.
Can't stand it. I'll take him to win. He'll probably win on a decision or something like that because that's the way he fights. He wants to score these points. And he's just a lot bigger than Pettis, and he seems to be taking his career more seriously than Pettis. So, unfortunately, he's going to win. I'd prefer Pettis to win, but Pettis just doesn't even have any passion anymore, I don't think.
I'm going to go with Pettis, going with my heart.
Good.
I hope he wins. But like Big Rhyce said, put your money on Thompson, but I'm going with Pettis.
All right, now we're going to talk about the state of boxing promotion as a whole and like the state of the heavyweight division because all the 3 top heavyweights are all signed to different promotional companies and how the 2 of the best fighters pound for pound in the world, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, are both signed to different companies too, and how we hope that we can see these fights happen. So, what do you... Okay, you've been watching boxing longer than anybody that I know personally, so you tell me. How does this usually work? Because in my lifetime, I can only remember 2 major fights that have had cross-promotional... have cross-promotion, and that was Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson, and it was Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather.
Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson was another one. Was it? Yeah.
All of them, or both of them, or just the first or second one?
The first one was the groundbreaker, but both of them.
Okay.
That was huge. That was huge because you had Aram and King working together, HBO and Showtime working together. That was big. You had Purnell when he fought Chavez. That was another cross promotion. There's been a lot of cross promotion. I think it's good for Bob. I'm not going to say too much. This is your show. But
say whatever you want.
I think it's good, honestly, because once those guys, those guys are going to fight each other, heavyweights, welterweights, whatever weight. But I think when you think about it, it's a good thing that they've all signed with different contracts, different companies, and I'll tell you why. Once those guys fight each other, let's say they all fight each other tomorrow. Those fights are over. It's like opening Christmas presents. Christmas presents are open, they're gone. That's it. You want to take your time having those fights, okay? Especially when, like say the heavyweight division. There's a good talent for sits in a long time, but Wilder fights Fury again. You can't, whoever wins that fight, well, I guess you're gonna have a rubber match, but you want to stretch it out a little bit. That's just the way you want to do things. That's my opinion on that. It always has been.
Yeah, but like Anthony Joshua, he hasn't fought either of them yet, and it seems like he's the one who. Okay, you know how they were trying to make this narrative of like Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight them, like last year?
Yes.
It seems like that's not the actual case, because they knew that Joshua had a long-term deal with DAZN and Matchroom Boxing, right? Mm-hmm. And then Tyson Fury went and signed with ESPN. Okay, well he was the fight that we thought Fury was gonna fight was gonna have was Wilder. So
right.
Then Wilder, he just decided, he knows he could fight either one if he signs with one of those promotional companies.
Yeah.
But he goes and he signs with PBC, who's honestly a horrible promotional company if you're not fighting in the welterweight division, really. Like, what heavyweights do they have? What middleweights do they have? They don't have any lightweights. They don't have, it's welterweights, and they got a few, 2 or 3 super middleweights. Mm-hmm. That's about it. They're not really a good promotional company because they don't really have anybody for people to fight if you don't weigh 147 pounds.
Right.
So why would Wilder do that? It kind of seems like he's the one who doesn't want to see Fury or Joshua now.
It's possible. We don't know those dudes personally. We don't get see inside their head. Possibly someone's scared as shit, but possibly it's a business decision.
I think, okay, well, we don't know. I don't think it's actually been said how much he got paid by Al Heyman and Showtime and all that. Mm-hmm. But he was offered a 3-fight, $100 million minimum deal with DAZN, right?
Right.
I don't think that Showtime offered him more than that. I can't see Showtime offering him more than that.
I'd like to know, but yeah, it's hard to say.
Because if you think about it, Showtime, if anything, they're like kind of like dying off. Like, DAZN's coming up, ESPN's coming up, because you could see these fights. DAZN, you pay $10 a month, you could see all the big fights. ESPN, they put on free fights, and I believe the pay-per-view ones, you just have to subscribe. Once again, it's like $10 a month to the ESPN, some sort of ESPN app.
Yeah, something like that, around that much, yeah.
So things are becoming more online. I don't see Showtime, I don't see why fighters would want to stay with Showtime.
What I'm thinking is Showtime has something up their sleeve, some sort of stream service that we don't know about yet. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's what I think. Anyway, that's what I think.
And the one thing I don't like about Showtime is they don't really seem to like to sign fighters that aren't from the United States. They don't really have any fighters that aren't from the U.S. If you think about it.
That's a good point.
Oh, shit.
That's technical difficulties.
Yeah, exactly.
We're good.
Real good. So, if you look at ESPN at Top Rank, they have Crawford, who is arguably the best American fighter in the world. They have Vasyl Lomachenko, who's one of the greatest fighters in the world right now too.
Yeah.
They also have Tyson Fury, who's arguably the greatest heavyweight in the world right now. Mm-hmm. And that's 3 different countries right there, fighters. Mm-hmm. And then you look at Matchroom and DAZN, they have Canelo and Joshua, who are the 2 faces of boxing.
Oh, they got everybody over there.
They have Danny Jacobs, so that's a Mexican fighter, American fighter, a British fighter. They have who do they have? Don't they have Usyk over there too, or something like that? Or is Usyk on?
I don't think Usyk's there.
No, I think Usyk might not even be. No, Usyk's with Top Rank, I think.
Yeah, I think he's with Top Rank. Usyk. I'm pretty sure he is.
Okay, what are the fights that you want to see happen other than Joshua Wilder, Joshua Fury, or Fury Wilder? Like those 3 guys.
Other than those guys, I'd like to see Dylan White, Luis Ortiz. I'd like to see Anthony Joshua, Luis Ortiz. Yeah, I'd like to see Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz. I'd like to see Dylan White and mix it up with He already fought him, didn't he, Parker?
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, he already fought him. But yeah, there's 3 fights I'd like to see.
I think Dylan White is signing like 1-fight deals with companies so that he's not stuck down for contracts, so that he can move around and fight different fights.
Smart.
And now the thing is, who's he going to fight? Because he was thinking he was going to fight Joshua.
Yeah.
Joshua signed to fight Jarrell Miller, which I thought the White fight would be be more competitive, but whatever, and a bigger fight. Didn't happen. Then he wanted to fight Wilder.
Yeah.
And Wilder's fighting Dominic Brazil for some reason. And now Fury is probably fighting some guy named Oscar Rivas. So we got Fury and Wilder fighting 2 guys.
He's way outside the top 10. Whoever that guy is.
I think he's ranked on BoxRec like 15 or something like that. Okay. He's
holy shit.
He got Wilder fighting a guy who, in my opinion, is not a good fighter at all. Brazil.
No.
You got Fury fighting a guy who I've never even seen fight.
No, first I heard of him today.
And you got Joshua fighting a dude who's like, he's solid, but he never comes in shape.
Mm-hmm.
And Joshua is going to beat him pretty bad.
Yeah, he's going to beat the shit out of him. That fat fuck.
Usyk or something like that.
What?
For
his debut is going to be against Dylan White?
I think he's going to get pretty beaten up bad against White.
I don't think that's a good idea to put Usyk in there like that.
No, because Dylan White is possibly the most like physically strong dude in the heavyweight division.
Unless they know something about Dylan White we don't. I don't think that's a good idea.
Like, have you ever looked at the way he's built?
Yeah, he's fucking solid, that dude.
He's like thick, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got really long arms.
Yeah, he's got a pea head, but he's big.
Yeah, he does. This guy, oh. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea to
put. Good for Usyk, but fuck no, not a good idea.
Usyk's good at fighting on the outside. I don't know if he could fight on the inside. And
I don't know if he can match that strength.
And the thing is, like, White's good at fighting on the outside too. And he's got longer arms significantly than Usyk.
Oh, big time.
So, and he's taller than Usyk.
And he throws straighter punches.
You think?
Than Usyk, yes. Way straighter punches.
I don't know how you going up in weight to fight that guy. I'd like to see him fight someone else, maybe like a Povetkin first or something like that.
Yeah, it's a good idea for White, but I don't think it's a good idea for Usyk. I don't think it's a good idea. But hey, whatever. Make it happen then. Make it happen. Stop talking about it.
Let's do it.
Shit.
What about so did you see like the quote that Terrence Crawford said about the Errol Spence fight?
No. What?
He said it was something along the lines of, I just hope one day Errol Spence thinks that like he wants to make this fight happen and he thinks it needs to happen. And if that day comes, I'll be here waiting. If it doesn't come, that's okay. I'm gonna move on. But he basically saying the ball's in Spence's court. Like he wants to make it happen.
Right.
But like it's up to Spence kind of now to make it happen, because I think Crawford's been saying that he wants to fight Spence. He's been saying it for probably the last year.
Okay.
And they asked Spence in the post-fight press conference, like, some guy asked him, are you planning on going to watch like Terrence Crawford's fight so that you could maybe set up a fight with him? And he's like, no. Seemed like he didn't want anything to do with it.
Spence said that?
Yeah. It's like, he kind of made it, he kind of like brushed the fight off like since he's not signed with PBC, he's basically saying it's almost impossible to make it happen. That's what Spence essentially said. Now, I don't know why he would say that. It's like he's scared to take a loss, or I don't understand. He doesn't want to be looked at as like the guy who's not like the boogeyman anymore.
Well, from what I saw in that fight against Garcia on the last weekend, he was exposed a little bit.
Really?
Spence, in my opinion.
He won like every round.
Yeah, he did. And he should have. If he didn't, there'd be a problem. But I just saw things in there. He should have put that guy out of there. I don't give a shit what kind of chin he's got. Terrence Crawford's going to tear him up. I'm telling you right now. He's going to counterpunch the shit out of him. He's not going to be able to stand in front of Terrence Crawford and throw body punches. He's not going to be able to walk him down. He might walk him down, but he's going to be eaten everlasts. He's gonna he never. It's not gonna.
So you think it'll be a pretty one-sided fight?
I think it'll be one-sided, but competitive.
I think it'll be a close fight, but I think we'll kind of like know that Crawford like won the fight.
Yes, exactly.
Because the thing is, like, I've basically only seen like Spence come forward and fight. Like, he showed a little bit that he could fight a little bit going backwards on the weekend, but he was still coming forward like 80% of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Crawford, you see him, he's walked people down before. Remember when he had Gamboa like later in the fight? He walked him down and finished him the last few rounds.
Yeah.
Earlier in that fight, he showed like he can fight going backwards and counter him. That's how he set up the Gamboa knockout. He's shown he could just like he picks you apart like round after round and eventually stops you against Jose Benavidez. I've seen him fight like going side to side. I've seen him go to the body. I've seen him lead with his jab. I've seen him counter. Honestly, there isn't a southpaw orthodox. There isn't a style that I haven't seen Crawford fight. Outside, inside. Spence, he's a lot more one-dimensional than Crawford, in my opinion.
Oh, big time. Big time.
He's
more of a punisher kind of fighter. He can box, but he's more of a punisher, wear you out, like make you quit kind of
There's
fighter.
nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing
It's just
at all.
they punish people in different ways. Like, Spence is going to pressure you the whole fight to punish you.
Mm-hmm.
Crawford's going to... So it's like you kind of know where it's coming from with Spence. You know what's coming. With Crawford, he's going to punish you and pepper you the whole fight. And he's eventually going to, a lot of the time, stop you like Spence does. But a lot of the time, you don't know where the shots are coming from. That's the difference between the two, I think.
And he could fight, like you said, going forward, going backward, going side to side, and switching up his stance.
And honestly, Spence really isn't that much bigger than Crawford. Like, when there was an interview of them, and they're standing beside each other, they're like the exact same height. At least it looked like it. And they look like the same size. No one was significantly thicker than the other one.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's just some, like...
Spence might be a tad thicker.
He's a little bit... He's bigger, but he's not a lot bigger.
Not a lot bigger.
I don't think it's going to be like some crazy deal breaker. Like, he's a little bit bigger. Someone's got to be a little bigger.
It's not going to be something that's talked about when the fight happens.
You know?
No.
Like, I don't understand why they're making some sort of story about that like it's some huge deal.
No, I don't see it being a big deal either.
And I hope that fight happens. I really do.
I hope so too, but I believe in my heart it will. It's just, hopefully it's sooner than later. That's all.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Here's you can read it off. Do you agree with that?
You read it. Your top 10 heavyweights?
Top 12.
Top 12 heavyweights.
This is what I got. Current top 12 heavyweights as of March 20th, 2019. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Big Baby Miller, Dylan White, Joseph Parker, Dominic Brazil, Alexander Povetkin, Bermane Stavern, Kubrat Pulev, and Adam Konaki. That's what I have for top 12.
Shit, you got Deontay Wilder above Fury?
Yeah.
But didn't you think that he lost that fight?
I did.
So how are you going to put him above Fury then?
I put him above because it was a draw, and he's the WBC champion.
Yeah, but Sean Porter's a WBC welterweight champ, and he's not even like a top 5 welterweight in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's different. He should be, like you say, working with Willy Wonka or Charlie Wonka or some shit.
Mick, where's my gobstoppers at, midget?
Yeah, get some gobs and fix your hair, Porter, and stop looking like a leprechaun at fights.
Holy shit, I know.
Fuck.
Porter had that, you know those little troll dolls? He had that hairdo going on.
Yeah. He says
you could just shove him in like a dog's ass and clean that shit out. He looks like one of those toilet brushes.
Yes, he did. He says he's got more style than anyone in the welterweight division when it comes to dressing. Are you serious?
Did you see that leprechaun suit?
Yeah.
I'll have to give it to him. I like the hat. The hat was pretty nice. But you wore a leprechaun suit. You look like you just jumped off the Lucky Charms box and turned that shit to light.
Oh, fuck. No. Or won the Masters. Something.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
Well, my top 10 heavyweight fighter Damn. Oh my. Yeah, I don't agree with that list, man. No offense.
It's okay.
I got Joshua at 1 because I think his resume is probably the best by a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Fury at 2 because, in my opinion, he significantly won the fight with Wilder.
I thought he did too.
I've got Wilder at 3 just because kind of have to put him above everyone else. Like he hasn't lost technically.
Right.
I've got Dylan White at 4 because I don't think there's really anyone else that's
a good call.
That's close to, like, I think he would beat Ortiz and Miller.
It's tight, but yeah, it's tight.
I will put Ortiz at 5. He's probably got the most talent out of the rest of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrell Miller at 6. I'd put Joseph Parker at 7. Alexander Povetkin at 8. Povetkin's actually a pretty good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He's an underrated fighter. 9, shit. I'd probably put that Adam Konatsky guy at 9. 10.
He's solid, that guy.
I'll put I'd have to put Charles Martin, I guess, at 10. 11, I'd probably put Joe Joyce, and I guess 12, I guess Kubrat Pulev, I guess. But I don't think Pulev's good. I don't think Joyce is good, to be honest.
Not really. That's like the outside of the division, basically.
That's a stacked division, though.
It is.
Like the top 9 dudes, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd say the top 8 guys are really good.
Yeah.
And like 9 and 10 are good.
You got the top 4 and 5 are killers, man.
Yeah. Can't believe you have Jarrell Miller over Dylan White. Oh, actually, never mind. Let me take out Konatsky, and let me take out Charles Martin. At 9, I got Derek Chisora, actually.
Hey, there you go.
At
Forgot
10,
about
I got Konatsky. 11, I got Charles Martin, and 12, I got Joe Joyce. Kubrat Pulev isn't even in the top 12 for me.
Forgot about Chisora. Yeah, man. I would put him above. I'd put him just below. No, I'd put him above Stavern. Put Stavern down around 12.
Yeah, well, that's our heavyweight list. Hopefully we get to see some of these fights.
We will. Hopefully, like I said, sooner than later.
All right. It's Real Rhyce. Oh, I always got to hit you with an outro. So last week, I guess the guys didn't get many views again. This is a longer video, so I know you guys are going to be sticking around the channel longer because the video's longer. So just make sure you click on their video, give them a few views as well. Because you want to watch this, but you got to support them. Because if there was no them, there wouldn't be this.
That's right.
So give them some support with their measly channel. Let them, give them a couple likes, give them some subscriptions or whatever you want to do, comment, say something, okay? Because these guys are really hurting. They need your support. And I'd like to see him make it a few more weeks longer with this combat hour thing. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, give him some charity likes, okay?
Just think of it as like the Salvation Army guy, with his little bell at Christmas time. Just throw in a loony or something.
Throw him something.
Throw him something in there.
Okay, pretend they're at the median at the intersection with cardboard. Okay, help him out. Would you help him out?
Help him out, big time. So they can get some shaving cream, a couple Gillette disposable razors, and at least clean up. You know what I'm saying? Clean up their shit. Make themselves look presentable for the next video. We're out. This is Real Rhyce out.
Big Pops.
Peace.